Welcome to Lemon Stream, where we feature stories of the unknown, mysteries, post-apocalyptic fiction, and other weird stuff. So settle in, get comfortable, get ready. Here we go. The New World, Chapter 10, The Day After, Again. Wow, said Sandy. The windows on the front of the house were shattered, and the plastic on most of them was torn. Beyond the windows, outside, they saw a massive orange glow over the ridge. Darren walked back to the basement steps and called down to the others. "Stevie, Michael," he said, "we need your help. We need to redo the plastic on a lot of the windows." "Oh, my," said Gramps, "we need to get that done fast." "Are we going to be okay?" Denise asked. "We'll see," Gramps answered. "We're very close to ground zero, only a few miles away. The prevailing winds are in our favor and should carry most of the radioactive particles away to the east, but we'll still get something being this close. We'll need to be in the basement for another 2 weeks. "Of course we will," Shayla groaned. "We lost some food," said Ma. 3 quarts of chicken, 2 pints of chili, and a pint of carrots. "Food is going to be a problem," said Gramps, shaking his head. "We can't plant anything until late spring and can't harvest until summer and fall. We need food to get through until then. Denise, when we get out of this basement again, can you help me inventory all our food and try to figure out how many days we have?" "Yeah," said Denise. I might need some help, but I'll do my best." "Thank you," said Gramps. "It looks like food is going to be our biggest problem. If we make everything else work, but run out of food, our goose is cooked. I wish we could just go back for 1 day and buy up all the canned goods at the grocery store. It's too late for that now. We probably have more food than most people right now, but still, I doubt it's enough to get us all through until next summer. Even then, it's going to be harder than we think to actually grow enough food to feed us all through next winter. Without the right tools and just the seeds I put away, I put away enough for Ma and me. I never considered needing to feed a larger group." "I think," said Jolene, "that we all would have done things differently if we'd known this was coming. It would have been so easy to prepare then. Now it's too late." Michael had come down the steps to grab a roll of duct tape. "It's going to come down to what a person brings to the table," he said, looking over at Shayla. She scowled back at him. "How's it going up there?" Gramps asked. "Not too bad," answered Michael. "We'll have it all sealed up in about 10 minutes. He took off back up the steps. "Oh, he's right in a way," said Gramps. "It will come down to what we all bring to the table, what we offer the community, but even then, it's hard. Most everyone here brings something important. Sylvia brings her medical knowledge. Sandy is the expert at building anything. Joe takes care of the kids, plus she can organize and plan anything. Darren is definitely our security guy, and he knows the shortwave and has a strong back for any kind of labor. Denise can cook anything from scratch. She's our food person. Michael is our hunter. Stevie is young and strong and can learn anything we might need him for. Ma has the wisdom of a lifetime and can cook and preserve food and do whatever needs to be done without complaining. And me, well, I'm good at holding chairs down, which is important because we don't want to lose our chairs." "Oh," said Shayla sarcastically, "so I'm not good at anything? I'm useless?" "We just don't know you as well," said Gramps. "I'm sure as we get to know more about you, we'll learn your strengths and weaknesses. Anyway, we have a decent community here. We've got a good chance. We just need to figure some things out. We have such a variety of skills and resources that we all bring to the table. We have a fighting chance." "What about the brats?" said Shayla, pointing at the kids, who were coloring with crayons and coloring books on the floor. "They don't bring anything. They're not good at anything." "Those kids," said Gramps, "are our future. Our most important job is to teach them everything we know and to make sure they are better at us at everything. One day, all the adults in this room will be old, and these kids will be the strong young minds and backs who are the powerhouse of our community." "What about you?" Shayla asked. what you bring to the table. I mean, other than the food, but we have that now. So why keep you around? You're not good for anything. You're just a burden. Oh, you're partly right about that, Gramps nodded. Don't talk like that, said Ma, thumping Gramps on the shoulder. Oh, but she is partly correct. There are a lot of things I cannot do, and my usefulness will fade a little every day, but for now, I have some useful knowledge to pass on. I know how to preserve just about any kind of food we can get a hold of. I know a little about the challenges we're facing. I know a lot about the old timers and how they did things and made things before they had electricity and long supply chains. I can grow food and know how to put it up for future use and how to save seeds for the next harvest. I can make soap. I know enough about electronics to do basic repairs, and when we finally get out of this basement, I'm going to set up a system with the batteries and solar panels to not just charge the radios and run my CPAP, but I'm going to get the well pump running off of it and start pulling up clean water for us from underground. Yeah, I'm fading, but I've still got a few tricks to turn. And, said Ma, you're going to be around for a long, long time to do all this stuff. We need you just as much as we need anyone else. Joe can sew, said Denise. That'll be helpful. Yeah, good point, said Gramps. I'm sure we'll all need clothing mended, and I know that we're going to need a lot of blankets and quilts for the winter. Every scrap of cloth has to be saved for quilt making. And, Denise continued, Michael can do just about anything with sheet metal and iron, and Sylvia would be a great teacher for the kids. We've got a really great group of skills here, Gramps nodded. If we work together, solve some problems, stay focused, have a little good luck and some blessing from God, we've got a good chance to build a life for these children here and the children to come. No offense, said Shayla, but I really don't give a flip about the future for the kids. They aren't my kids, so why should I care? I want something good for myself. I want to get out of this hole and get back to civilization. There's still people out there living a normal life, and I'm going to find them. You're free to do that, Gramps said. I don't think you'll like what you find, but I'm sure there are still some people alive out there somewhere, maybe even more than we expect, but we can be pretty sure that nobody out there is living a normal life. Right now, for most people, it's going to be the same as us. How do we create food? How do we survive until we can start creating it? And how do we stay warm this winter? When all this started, said Joe, I was really sad. I was depressed. Losing our old life was like friend dying. But now it's different. Now it's more like, let's get this job done, and let's do something for these kids. I think, said Gramps, that all of us went through some grief. We lost our old lives, and we've been handed a very difficult, very different, and very uncomfortable situation. We all grieved our loss. Survival isn't just a matter of meeting our physical needs. Survival is 90% mental. We definitely need to solve some physical problems, but most of our survival will depend on how we mentally and emotionally adapt to our new situation. That means we need to find ways to cope and find ways to have fun and decompress. Look at those children there coloring. Gramps waved his hand towards the kids. They have adapted better than any of us. And that's good. This is their new world. What we do for them. But to make it work, we need to adapt as well as they do. The four men came back down the steps. It's all set, Sandy said. We got everything patched up. Oh, here goes 2 more weeks, Gramps sighed.